Hi everyone, so today we're going to go over our challenge day 3 addition and subtraction word problems question from our daily maths challenges. So today we're going to have a look at this question here. Let's read it out first of all. In the football stadium, there are 401 people watching the game. During the match, 5 people leave the stadium. How many people are left at the end of the match? So this is what we need to think about. This is our question that we're going to tackle today. First, as we do with all word questions, let's underline the key points of this question. So first, we've got in the football stadium. Then it says there are 401 people. Well, this is a number. So this is probably going to be pretty important to us in our questions. Let's underline it. And they're watching the game. That's okay. We don't need to underline that part. During the match, 5 people leave the stadium. So this also seems like an important piece of information, right? Let's underline this, 5 people who leave the stadium. And our final question is, how many people are left at the end of the match? So there's a couple of different ways you can do this question. So I'm going to show you how to think about it in a few different ways. First of all, let's do our number line method. So we don't have to draw a whole number line, especially when we're using very big numbers like this. But when we're going from a large number, but we're only counting down, remember, counting down in a small number, we can use a number line to help us. One of the key points of this question that they want you to understand is that the word leave is going to mean take away. Okay, that's super important. If people leave the stadium, we're going to want to take away these people. And that's a really important part of this question. They're testing your understanding of word problems when they're not showing you 401 minus 5, but they are saying they're going to leave. So they want us to find the equation to solve ourselves. So let's have a look. We've got 401 people and 5 of them leave. So we're going to minus 5 from 401, right? We're going to do 401 minus 5. This is the equation that we want to solve in this question. And that's your first step. You need to find out what is the equation they're asking us. Now, let's look at some different ways of solving this. So firstly, which I think is the easier method, we're going to do the number line method, okay? The number line method looks like this. So we have a number line, and we're going to estimate where our 401 is on the number line. So we're just going to draw a line here, just like this. And we're going to say, okay, we're going to put 401 at one end of our number line, okay? 401. And then we're just going to count down 5. Right, so we're going to go minus 1 here. So let's put our minus 1, and that's going to take us to 400. We're going to do minus another 1, and that's going to take us to 399. It can sometimes be hard to think of these ones in your head when they're really big numbers, and that's why a number line can help us. And we're going to do another minus 1, which takes us to 398. And we're going to do another minus 1, taking us to 397, and another minus 1, taking us to 396. Now let's check how many minus 1s we've done. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's perfect, right? We wanted to minus the number 5 from our number 401. So now we can just check where have we got to, and it's 396. So we've found out from our number line method that 401 minus 5 is going to be 396. A slightly more complex method that I'm going to show you now is our columnar subtraction method. And this is quite a tricky one to use with these numbers. You might even have to use the number line as well to think about it. But sometimes they might like you to show this kind of working. So if you get a question like this and it asks you to show your columnar subtraction, this is how you would do it. So this is our columnar subtraction method. So our method 2. So in columnar subtraction, we write our larger number on the top, right, our 401 here, making sure to separate our ones, tens, and hundreds columns. Then we write our 5 underneath, just like this. Then we want to write over here our sign, which is subtraction, and then we're going to draw our lines that we write our answer always under our line. When we're doing columnar additions and subtractions, we always start with the ones. So let's look at our ones here. We've got 1 minus 5. But we can't do that, can we? We can't do 1 minus 5, that doesn't work. So instead, we're going to have to borrow a number. But we can't straight away borrow from this 0, can we, in our tens? We can't take anything from 0. So instead, we're going to have to take something from our hundreds column over here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a 100. We're going to cross out our 4 and replace it with a 3. And that means we've taken 1 from it, right? We've taken 1 from 4. But because we're in the hundreds column, that means we've taken 100 from our 400. So we're going to put it over here in front of our tens column. We're just going to move it down 1 column. And now we can see we've got 100, 0 tens, and 1 ones, which is 101. We can see it here. So now we do 101 minus 5. Again, this isn't the easiest one to do. So we might have to use a number line here to help us also. But this is just in case they asked you to show the method, right? So now we're going to do 101 minus 5, which is going to give us, well, if we used our number line, it's going to give us 96. Okay, 101 minus 5 gives us 96. And then we've got 3 in the hundreds minus nothing, and that's going to give us a 3 again. So we get our final answer of 396 using our columnar subtraction method. Nevertheless, I do feel that the number line method is much quicker and easier and helps us get the definite right answer too. So we can use both of them. We can use the columnar subtraction to show our working very well, or we can use the number line method to understand very clearly. Thank you for all checking into this daily maths challenge video.